Get on camera, then.
You were all bent over. It's okay.
Leaning over to the right.
But at least it wasn't like, yeah, at least you weren't like bent over the other direction.
It's not that kind of screen.
I ain't got the low cut shirt on today. We'll be all right.
And you're also not bent over wearing sweatpants and boxer shorts.
Trying to pick up wattles and things.
Oh yeah, y'all missed that story. I'll tell it off camera. Hi everybody, it is Friday night. Welcome back to, I don't know, mystical mayhem, or off the topic, or off the rails, or hold on while we digress, or as we call it, non-political tarot. Thank you guys so much for joining us this evening, starting with the usual specimen. All right, here it goes. We're in the intros and I can't even talk. So let's try this again. Starting with our introductions. Johnny from Tarot's Apprentice. We've got Sienna Rose from Sienna Rose Metaphysical. And, oh, Jesus. How do I do the other direction? Right, there we go. From Shining Hawk Healing. Welcome back, everybody. Last week we were on Sienna's channel. The week before that, we were on Johnny's channel. This week we're on mine. And then next week, Friday night, 7:30 p.m. Central Eastern. Yeah, I need to, you know what? This is not.
Numbers are hard.
I apologize now, guys. I'm sorry. It's going to be rough.
I was having some technical difficulties a minute ago.
What, is it still the retrograde? Can we still blame the retrograde?
I'm blaming everything on Mercury retrograde until December 31st. Yes. Next week, 7:30 Eastern. Do the math for your time zone. We will be on Shining Hawk Healing's channel. So, okay, let's start with round table. Mr. Apprentice, what's going on with you?
You're going to make me talk now?
Yes.
My tongue definitely don't work. I'm glad I ain't got no date or nothing. Because
why did my brain immediately go to the gutter? And I was like, you shouldn't be doing all on your first date. Oh, you mean talking. You mean talking.
I'm grown. I ain't got no baby cheering, so but anyhow, nothing. I ain't got nothing coming up. Oh, I hope it ain't frozen. I ordered, I'm trying to do a cooking stream, right? Mm-hmm. But this pretend grocery store down the street, they sell like 2 heads of lettuce and maybe 3-4 eggs or something. This is horrible. So I'm trying to make Beijing beef, and I need something called hoisin sauce.
Yes.
And naturally, they have nothing close to anything hoisin or sauce. So I ordered it from the Amazon, and it's sitting outside, and it's 19 degrees right now. And it's been out there since 4 o'clock, so
It's frozen.
Yeah, we'll have to stay there until we done, because I ain't getting it. So there you go. But I'm gonna try to do that at some point, and I still need oyster sauce, which I'm pretty sure they might sell that, because that might be.
If they don't have oyster sauce, they're probably not going to have oyster sauce.
They have sweet chili sauce, which I need that, but I don't think they have the one I want. So I may just have to go back to Amazon, and we'll do this at another time. So
there's also a thing called We. We is like an international grocery store, so you can buy based off of your food ethnicity type, and it delivers to you sometimes same day, sometimes next day. The worst it's ever taken was like 3 or 4 days. No, this video is not sponsored by We, but if you'd like to sponsor me, reach out to redlentilhealing@gmail.com. I've used We several times to order like Japanese stuff, Korean stuff, Hispanic. So it feels kind of racist, because you're like, should I be really picking cuisine by like ethnicity? That feels very, very wrong. That's like going to the ethnic food aisle in the grocery store. That's a half an aisle, and it's like kosher and like a couple cans of beans at one time. You're like, this
that one, this grocery store, the Mexican and the Asian stuff is in literally one section. You got all of the different, you got 48 million types of noodles, and then 2 different types of soy sauce. And then you got refried beans, and then refried beans Taco Bell. Like Taco Bell's not Mexican food, first of all. And then you got picante sauce, the paste picante sauce, and then you got a store brand picante sauce, and then that's it. And then the rest of the aisle is like ramen noodles. Ramen noodles is not Chinese food. So it's like this store is horrible. Yeah, we're you got some, lucky girl. Okay, drive it down to me and give it.
New York City, get a rope, pick up the original.
I'll give you $5 on some gas.
That was a very long diatribe just to talk about you doing trying to get ready for a food.
I told you I had nothing. You made me talk.
And then I was like, damn, he's been talking for like 8 minutes and we still ain't know. It was me. I asked the question. That's why. And I just, okay, my bad.
Yeah.
So when he gets his oyster sauce and his other sauces, then
Yes.
He will put in his community tab on when.
No, we won't do that. We'll just pop up live because you know how I do.
No warning, no nothing. It's coming.
To show up, like he did with the chicken chips episode.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Tony, what's going on in your world? When can we see you next?
Well, I'm going to be on
yeah, I was going to have her, plug her own thing, but you can. Plug
right.
Well, I'm going in this the last one.
Oh, I got going on.
I know, right? Because you see, I skipped me. There ain't no going on. Barely the rent on this side of town, but yes. Yes, we will see you tomorrow on Sienna's live stream. And where else can we see you? Any new videos or any other content coming out?
Me? Oh,
yes,
I am starting a new stream for my puppies, and so I'm just doing a lot of videos, recording a lot of videos right now to see if it's going to be even interesting. I don't know. It's an exercise.
It's going to be interesting.
We'll see.
Everybody loves dogs and cats.
And yeah. Mm-hmm.
Especially if they're eating your house.
Especially if
they're eating the house. He's literally eating me out of house and home. He's chewing on the wall this morning.
Oh my
mother sucker. That's why you can't have nice things.
Can't have nothing nice.
Nothing nice. Last but not least, Miss Rose Metaphysical. Do you have any live streams or anything coming up that you'd like to talk about?
Well, tomorrow Weird Questions returns to my channel, and is it all three of you guys are able to join me? I can't remember. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Good. And so that's going to be really fun. That will be at 1:00 in my time zone, so that's Mountain Time. So 2 Central Time. I don't know, math. 2 hours ahead of Eastern.
You figure it out.
Noon Pacific Time. It's going to be pretty fun.
It'll be fun. Weird Questions tomorrow. Sienna Rose, 1 Mountain Time, 2 Central, 3 Eastern, 12 Pacific. Be there, be square, people.
Yes. Or be triangle, or be whatever you want. Just be there.
Be hexagonal for all we care. I don't care.
Let nobody tell you what to do.
Don't let anybody try to put you in a box. Literally.
Like we are.
Like we are. I ain't got nothing going on. Like I said, barely some rent. But I did want to say thank you to all who have just subscribed. I have somehow reached over the 4,000 subscriber mark. It's not up on me. I was like, what the heck? Who are these people? Thank you. I can't believe you're watching me because I'm weird, but thank you so very much. At some point when I can get my head out of my duff, I will be doing some kind of something giveaway. Bear with me. I'm a blame. I just popped my knuckle. I never pop knuckles. That was really loud. Did y'all hear that? That sounded like old man Mortimer. It was like, as a thank you to everybody who subscribed. I'm going to do some type of giveaway or something, some kind of fun live stream. I'll figure it out. I'll get my head out of my butt at some point. Mercury's in retrograde. We're gonna on Mercury retrograde. So let's get into it. Thank you to everybody who submitted questions. We got some really good questions this evening. So let's kick it off. A lot of questions too climate. Everybody's really concerned about things going on with Mama Earth. I love the concern and people wanting to figure out how we can help protect Mama. Let's talk about her inhabitants first. Will there ever be a time when people can easily talk to anyone from around the world without you having to learn their language? Apparently on the show Star Trek, they were able to speak beyond dimensions, and it was like this weird little teleport communicator situation. So will that ever happen?
I think Doctor Who did something like that also.
Mm-hmm. I know the one on Doctor Who, and I know there's apps out there where you can do, somebody could talk and you can say it, and then it'll translate it to your language, and you could say it back, and that's a whole bunch of extra. I've tried it, and you also have to have very good Wi-Fi to do that, and sometimes you just don't get that when you're traveling abroad. But I'm curious to see.
So you're just like, wait a minute, it's coming.
Hold on a second. It's just
a sentence. No, just.
Can you say it louder and directly into the phone? Let me just
Can you enunciate a little bit?
That doesn't flow over well in Morocco. I'm just letting you know. So, will we get to that point? And whoever wants, let's start the same order I did. So, Johnny, whenever you're ready.
Yes, I get the Six of Wands as the first card. So there is some success here, some elevation. Maybe in particular person even can come up with a more efficient way than when I speak, it automatically translates. Like if you went over Skype and you say 1, 2, 3, it goes un, deux, trois, or uno, dos, tres on the other side type of thing. Instantly, to where there's no real lag, or at the very least there's like a 5 or 10 second delay or something of that nature. Page of Pentacles and the Three of Wands. Page of Pentacles would be something physical, so I think there is a little program, little software, little something, little box, little something, more so than just an app that I have to yell into with it up to my mouth like I'm smoking a cigarette type of thing. So, but yes, informationally, with the Ace of Swords and the Four of Cups, we may have a bit of, it doesn't do everything. So there may be a little bit, I don't want to say it's not a bad thing. It's more of this is a rollout. So there's still things to be added. This is in beta type of thing. It will be in beta for a while, I think. All of the slang that people use and all of the new terms, and shade is no longer just from a tree. It's an actual different type of thing. And all of the curse words that people want to say and all that, all of that stuff takes time to try to get in there and so forth. But yeah, I do think we will have something like that.
She brought up a good point, because my boss got her behind handed to her on a call today. And so I was translating what had happened to my coworkers who are significantly older than me. And I was so hyped after the interaction, I slipped into a little bit of street vernacular. It was she got red, man. They gave her the blues, and I'm just going, and they're like, huh? I was like, our boss
workplace, Adrian.
Unfortunately, reprimanded for her. I just was like, and I was just thinking when he said it, I was like, how do you, that's going to be hard. And slang just through it, that's really tough.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot. What do you got, Tony?
Yeah, I got that somebody's already working on it. There's some legal things that they have to jump through, I think, privacy wise, but it's there. It's already working. They've already sort of got it there. That beta testing is happening, but it's hard. like you said, all the different kinds of vernaculars and words and all that stuff. So some in the beginning, people are really going to be sort of like, what is this? But eventually they'll be happy. Yeah. And we're moving into a different way of doing things. So there you are. Yes, I would say yes.
Awesome. What do you get, Sienna?
I also have yes. Ace of Pentacles. Aces are my yeses. I have Ten of Wands, like you guys all have the struggle cards. I also have a struggle card. It's really difficult at the moment. They haven't been able to perfect it, and you guys have already talked about all the different reasons. There's all these different dialects. There's all the slang. And language is constantly evolving. I have here that it is going to have a lot of contribution from users. So there might be some like personal. You know how your phone has a personal dictionary, so it knows that you're not spelling your own name wrong and stuff like that. I feel like there might be something like that. And then I have Page of Wands. I think they have something that works really well for translating things into text as opposed to just speech. But in the future, bottom of the deck, I have 10 of Pentacles. In the future, this could actually be huge.
10 of Pentacles too. If it's speech to text, I need them, whoever it is, not to be no offense to Apple, the same people who does Apple's text, because for the life of me, nobody ever says ducking mad. So yeah. I just need to a little bit better. A little bit. Just saying.
How about quacking mad?
Quacking mad. It's just something that I've never been ducking mad in my life. King of Cups, the Magician, and 5 of Cups. There is somebody who has the key to try to work on this, but he's going at it in a way that's actually causing a little bit more, or this company, this organization, they're going about it in a way that's a little bit more difficult than they need to, because you're seeing a little bit more failure than success with the 5 of Cups. They've got something, though, that's pretty key with the Magician. I think it's more of a knowledge than necessarily, for resources sake, than necessarily is money. Why I say that, because following it is 10 of Pentacles, 3 of Wands, and 9 of Pentacles. They need the funding. This technology can get off the ground, but they need an onslaught of money. I got the same when you got the 10 of Pentacles, Sienna. Then the plan can kind of spark. They know that they need this kind of investor to kind of help them get through it. And then once they do, it's my pretty, I can put this in my pocket and we can go about and do our thing. So I think it's there. There's just, like we're all saying, I'm just getting, there needs to be a little bit more financial backing to kind of help.
Yeah, I skipped over these cards, but I also got the Magician and I got this. So yes, you're so on target.
Yeah, I'm just like, we shall see how that plays out.
Cool idea, though.
It's a cool idea.
What they do with it.
Very helpful for people like me who just on the spur of the moment to go to a country where they don't speak the language. I barely speak my native tongue well and need help. So that would be awesome.
And then meanwhile, I've spent like the last 3 years almost, it counts how many days on Duolingo. It's almost 800 of learning Russian. And if I could just be able to listen to somebody speak it and then just have it translated so easily, that would take some time.
I have issues with Duolingo and some of those types of software because I don't need to say my cat drinks milk. What I need to learn, and that's kind of how they take you through the process. I need to be able to say, no, Mr. Police Officer, that hashish is not mine. It's my friend. I need a real,
That's why she gets up and goes on the spur of the moment to different countries.
I just like to experience life and people, not drugs, but just life and people. And I need to be able to say, I don't know where that counterfeit Louis Vuitton bag came from, sir. I don't know how it got in my purse. There's no or my suitcase. There's no receipt. That's what I need to be able to say. That's all.
Well, what I wonder, with this kind of technology, would that take the fun out of learning other languages, though? If you didn't have to learn them, everything was translated for you? Or would it make a difference? I don't know.
I mean, but in the same vein, people who don't want to walk up steps use the elevator and the escalator. So if you want to take the steps, you'll take the steps. People always want to find a shortcut to everything. No, let's not learn Spanish. Let's just talk in our phone and have it talk to the person I'm trying to talk to. I mean, we do that now instead of just learn. What does Uno mean other than a card game? So let's figure things out. We still know how to do that. You know, use your head. I mean, I don't even speak English all that good, so it's not.
Well, yeah, to be fair, I'm not really that great at English either.
I'll get gooder one day, but right now it's not so much.
And please don't ask me to write or like to spell in English.
Your sentence is a run-on. Well, I'm a Gemini. That's how I talk. Okay. I live in a run-on sentence.
All right. Talking about more technology or things that are pulled from TV. So somebody has to help me with this. So apparently back in 1979, there was a movie and then a movie and then a TV series starring Andy Griffith. I always will just, whenever I think of Andy Griffith, I immediately think, I hear Opie calling him Pa. And then
I'm hearing like the theme song, the whistling.
Yes, and I also think Ben Matlock, and I just think of him like hobbling to the table. Okay, that's just Andy Griffith judgment aside. The movie and then the show was about a junk man who built a space shuttle, and he like got it and collected all this the space shuttle to go up, collect space junk and stuff that's up there, and kind of like get rid of it, basically. So it was kind of like he was a junk man, not just on Earth, but also in space. So think about all the stuff that we send up to space, like, you know, I don't know, an $18 billion Hubble Space Telescope we don't really use anymore. Will something like this ever exist? Because think about it. It's going to sit up in the cosmos. What happens with it? Are we, again, in our quest to learn more and do more, polluting not only just our planet, but the solar system as well? So will something like this...
The ISS already faces danger from flying debris and stuff like that too, as it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So will something like this come into existence? Will this be our life in the future? What do we call it?
We're going to continue to throw things away like we did Cassini and just throw it in Saturn. Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
So it's like the space sanitation department.
That's what I was thinking. What do we call it? Space
sanitation.
Space sanitation.
Come get your mess and pick it up.
Yeah.
Now and not later.
Oh, this is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, Johnny, you ready? Or do you want us to skip you?
This
is interesting.
So I get it becomes a problem when it becomes a problem here. Mm-hmm. When we start getting stuff falling on random houses here, not just in the middle of the ocean where we use that as a dumpster anyway. Exactly. Never mind that it's the lifeblood of the planet and there's things living in there, so box off. But when it becomes a problem here, like airplanes that drop the blue cube in people's houses type of thing, and then you have to, that thing costs a lot of money. 9 of Pentacles, first of all. Yeah. This is a lot of money. This is also something that might be, your tax money does go to NASA. And so there might be a little uptick in some taxes because this is personal money for me. So there might be a little bit more with that. 2 of Pentacles, 3 of Swords right now. If it's not a problem for me, it's not a problem. Yes, it may be a problem for the person across the street, but if it's not a problem for me, it's not a problem. Page of Swords in the world. When it becomes a problem for me, then it becomes a problem for everybody. And so with the world and the Page of Swords, when something negative happens to the actual world, to the one we are on, not just Cassini flying into Saturn and never be heard of again. When something comes flying down here and smashes a nursery, or it smashes into somebody's house, or somebody's house who has either a suburban house or a nice house, because it can smash in the middle of the ghetto and then it'll never make it.
Literally thinking it can drop in the middle of the hood and kill 18 projects and nobody would say a word.
Nobody will say anything.
If space junk fell in the ghetto, would you hear it?
Somebody might
make a hubcap out of it or two, but you're not going to give a crap. But yeah, I don't see it becoming if it becomes a problem here, then they will do something about it.
I agree, Johnny. If people are like, there's, oh my gosh, this is horrible, pulls on the heartstrings of people, they go out and say, we need something. So, it would be sort of like a partnership of every country on the planet. They'd have to all be involved in it. And so having something like that would bring hope to us that we were healing somehow the universe. Maybe. I don't know.
But that makes sense. Only people would think, okay, let me dirty something up and then clean it up and say I helped. You did it in the first place.
Yeah.
That's true.
Humans are basic.
I mean.
Oh boy.
It's so basic. What you got, Sienna?
Well, you know what? I actually have people are looking into this. I'm also seeing cooperation from the different countries. I was getting from the different space agencies. So like NASA, we got Canada's, we got CSA, we have Europe, we have ESA. I was also picking up something about Japan, with being involved too. They're trying to work on how to get the funding to start a project like this.
We got the same thing.
And it's like, I have on the bottom of the deck 9 of Cups. It's not like they don't want to clean up the space junk, but it's just they got to figure out, okay, how do we get the money to do it? How do we rally everybody to make this a priority? And then how do we actually do it? What do we do with it once we've picked it up and brought it back to Earth? How do we dispose of it? And so they've got a lot of stuff they're trying to figure out. Stuff that doesn't just burn up in the atmosphere, obviously. But
it's so windy here, and the house is moving. If I go off the air, something.
I've seen you looking at the walls. I'm like, what's that?
I'm like, oh. I'm like, Blake, if you need us to send help, like, my goodness. I'm getting the same card, a lot of similar cards, but I'm getting a little bit different narrative. So this is going to have to be forced. There's somebody who's going to kind of spearhead this. And what's very interesting is they're going to pull in other countries, other people to come along on this ride. So you're going to hear almost like the International Space Station. They're all up there chilling. They're like, hey, you see all this debris? Since we built this International Space Station together, why don't we go clean this up together? Okay. But the thing is, you need to be a little careful because it's going to come across as this great countries uniting, but really there may be some ulterior motives because there's going to be governments behind it. And the governments have something that they're going to try to get us to believe, some kind of propaganda or something like, oh my God, heal the world and make it a better place. But really all we want is some money in your face. So just, the biggest things narcissists ever do is convince you that their malfeasance is your fault, not theirs. And that's something you're gonna have
if they can't do that, then they say, well, you made me do it.
So it's one of these, well, let's see if we had better policies, better things about actually collecting trash, or actually, not just throwing up 80 million space rockets all the time. That was you, government or NASA, whoever decided to do it, but you're telling us that it's our issue and we need to clean it up. We didn't ask you to do that. Why? Okay. So kind of watch out for something like that. That's what I'm getting.
That's where the money is coming from. The taxes to pay for that. That's where the money's going to come from.
I feel like they
can never have enough money. It's like, what do you do with all of that money? Just buy people, I guess. I don't know.
So let's go from outer space, come down to Mama Earth. Did the Tonga volcano eruption cause changes to the Earth in any way? So, something kind of rumbles and shakes in the ocean. She kind of put out a little bit of, I have this visual of like the volcano eruption is kind of like a baby poot, like a whole bunch of built up and then it You know when you like changing a baby's diaper and you sprinkle the baby powder on, and then they poot, and while you do it, baby powder poop comes up in your face. That's kind of like the image I got. So the first question in this series about this is: did the actual eruption cause any changes to Mama Earth, or was this Mama Earth just having a baby poot? A little bit of gas X. Let's go.
Well, I pulled my Earth card. This is my card instead of the World card. This is my card for Earth, actually, with the Queen of Pentacles. There is a change, but it's deep down. You'd have to go kind of to because this is under the water, is it not? Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have to go deep down. I get the Hermit and the Star. There was some changes. It's more of a rock type change or a formation or a rock type change, whatever the word for that I'm searching for. But it's more of that.
Like tectonic plate changes?
Yes, it's thank you for knowing things.
Thank you for knowing things. I've never heard
more
that.
of a tectonic whatever type of change.
Tectonic.
It's not up here, but anything below can be felt up above eventually. But no, I get more of a change underneath type of thing, which is still dangerous in a way because things shifting shifting means moving. So people don't like the Earth to move, but you can't change it because it was here first. So.
I just thought about those earthquake drills they used to have to do growing up in California, and I'm like hiding under this little plexi wood desk is gonna save me when Satan reaches his hand up out the ground and shakes it real good. That's not gonna help me, but okay.
I got the just foundational, like you said. It definitely did. There was some kind of change. But it's not something that's moving like moving right now. If you can see that, it's a slow moving stagnation but there was a subtle change, and I have no idea why I pulled this card. We have to keep an eye on it. But I don't think that it did make a change, but I don't think it's going to be that big of a change.
Okay. What about you, Sienna?
Well, I have this Queen of Swords. I have like something about planet Earth pruning herself. I don't know why that, comes in. It just seems to me like something the planet just naturally does. Now tapping into the energy of the planet herself. She's fine. She's chill. Four of Wands here. She's like, you know what? It's all right. Up on the surface, there was a lot of destruction and stuff like that, but that does usually happen with a natural disaster. The debris clears, people clean it up, people rebuild, and on the surface things are okay again. I think Adrian's analogy, that's who, with the changing the baby and the poof and everything, that actually seems kind of accurate because I have 9 of Cups here. It's like relief, like it felt like a hiccup or something, like the planet, something was just really, really uncomfortable. I don't know how else to describe that. I don't know how to put that scientifically.
I got a great way to describe. I got another metaphor. So when Homer Simpson sits at the bar and he drinks a lot of Duff beer and he does that good old belly belch and his lips.
Yeah, yeah. The Earth is uncomfortable. She does like a little hiccup or a burp, and to us, that's a huge disaster. But to the planet, she's like, oh, that's fine.
But I think that's key, though, what you just said. To us, it is a disaster because it does cause some discomfort and we do get fearful and things, but that's what the planet does. It has tornadoes, it has hurricanes, all that stuff is natural because it moves, but that's what it do. Yeah. We don't call it natural disaster when human beings walk down the street and blow out weird smells and things. So it's like, it's kind of what you do. Societal say,
I call it disaster. What is that?
I mean,
I'm sorry. I should have worn this hot ass sweater. Okay, so Sienna was saying that earlier. I just heard Mama Earth saying, so sorry from the bottom of my heart. 2 feet lower, and it would have been a fart. Okay. Mama Earth.
There you go.
I got really hot. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
You do what she do it. Get over yourself.
I'm sorry, Sienna, keep going.
No, I was done.
I was like, oh, that's what she said. That's right.
It's kind of the energy that it's like when Trek says better out than in, I always say. That's kind of the way it
you
felt like.
It ain't hurt nobody but you.
I also, my friend's husband used to say, I'd rather be ashamed than bust a vein. So.
I've never heard that one.
Yeah, you don't ever want to hear it in the moment. Just trust me on that one. Pretty repulsive.
Oh my gosh.
This was actually something underneath that ended. This volcanic eruption was the ending of like a mountain range or something geologically that was just going to happen anyway. It just whatever the opposite of a Big Bang, that is black star, whatever, and it just fizzles out. But this was its way of doing that. It was gonna happen though. 2 cups, 2 of pentacles. It was agreed upon it was gonna do it, and it's been waffling. I kind of get this for a while, so it just happened. It had to walk away, start anew. We're fine though. It's just Mama Earth having the Homer Simpson belch or the baby change poofed or all the wonderful analogies.
I'll tell you a story really quick.
Yeah.
My grandmother was blind, and we used to hide from her all the time around the house. And she caught us one time. My sister got away, but I just, you just stand still. So, don't breathe. Don't do anything. Just stand still. I was sitting on the couch. She bent over right in front of me.
She got you back.
It was horrible. I didn't do that anymore.
Oh, he's got the blanket over his head and everything.
She was cleaning up our toys. She was so mad.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
Wait a minute. First of all, y'all the worst kids in the existence of mankind, hiding from that blind woman.
I knew it was gonna be bad.
You deserved that part.
We used to hide from my blind grandmammy. I said, "You going to hell? Whatever happens, the office is on you."
Oh my God.
It hurt so bad. It hurt so bad.
When she blind, let's go hide. Like she can't see y'all anyway, and then y'all hiding from her.
It was like that game, red light, green light.
She was scared, and her nerves and her colon got bad. And she was like, I can't. My stomach
I need the
hurts so
CO2,
bad.
Jesus.
They can stop.
That was instant karma.
She totally knew what she was doing.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh my God. My face and my stomach and my throat.
My face hurts.
I'm having contractions.
I've got real tears. I can't stop crying. Help me, Lord.
Ooh.
Oh,
I wasn't gonna stop you because I see how you just glossed over. We used to hide from my blind grandma. Worst kids.
There was so much to unpack in that whole
Oh
story.
my God. And then look at God. He got you right in the face. It's like
We need to remember this moment 8 questions from now, okay? Because this whole thing is gonna make a full circle at some point. Trust me.
can't.
I thought it would be quick.
Oh my God. She can't see, and we don't hide anyway. Oh, then you got a face full of revenge. That's what you got.
I can't stop. Oh God.
Oh Lord Jesus.
I'm getting out from laughing.
I'm having twins right now. Wait a minute.
I regret wearing this thick, hot sweater right now. Lord help me.
You do.
Okay.
Okay.
Control myself.
I can't. I need just another second. Forgive me to get myself.
And the stream falls apart.
Can't do it.
Oh gosh.
That is
I
the
had to
funniest
roll
thing
up
I've
my
heard all
pant
day.
legs. My pants got hot. Oh,
I'm
Lord,
so
having a
sorry.
hot-
Oh god.
Jesus.
Oh,
The chair won't even scoot no more. What the hell is happening?
Ooh,
Okay.
Oh god. Okay.
Control yourself.
You know, it's normally one of us who tells the ratchet stories. It was Tony tonight.
that makes it even funnier.
Like the
So
road
gently she told us the story.
That was horrible.
Oh.
I had from my blind grandmama, and she put it
I
out.
knew it. I said, this story is about to be 18 levels of effed up. I just know it. Ooh, and you did not disappoint. Thank you.
Oh my God.
Whew. Whoa. Whoa.
All my gut muscles hurt.
All of them. All of this whole, look, I feel like I'm having like a little stroke because my whole eye, my ears, down my throat hurt so bad. It's just like this side of my face is killing me.
Oh god.
Oh,
Whew.
All right. Back to the question.
Oh my gosh.
So,
hydrate.
staying on volcano ass eruptions. Will all of these volcano eruptions, I gotta get the question right, this increased activity lead to another ice age? Because, you know, back in like from 1303 to 1860, a lot of stuff was going on. Mama Earth, you know, she was, you know, going through puberty before. Now she's kind of perimenopausal, you know, with the stuff that's going on. I can't focus because of damn Tony. She's perimenopausal now. But, you know, when she was in a prepubescence, we had a little mini ice age. Will we have another one? Because of everything that's going on with our climate, all these little volcanoes or eruptions, are they warning shots? What's going on? Are we going to have another ice age?
What's going on outside right now? The snow. Okay. Just back to my grocery store. So I have not been to the store, and it'll be a while before I go, because they go and they shovel the snow and it goes to the side of the road instead of down the street somewhere. And so the walkway is clear for me to get to the stoplight. But when you get to the stoplight, it's a mountain of snow. And so I have to step in it, which is walking through snow, and then step out of it and then into the street. So that takes a little bit. So I have to wait till some of that melt. Anyway, I get the 8 of Swords first card. No, pretty much. I don't want to say we are climate bound, like this is what we're going to have going forward, but we're going to have something typical. Like you'll be able to detect what kind of climate based upon data and information. There's the ice age would indicate that the entire thing is cold, and that's just not going to happen, I don't think. Page of Cups and the Hermit. There will be phenomenon, though. So there will be some things that may seem out of the ordinary that there does need to be some sort of investigation on. So with the Page of Cups is your surprises. The Hermit is your investigation, something you do need to look into. The Ace of Cups and the King of Wands, it will take new leadership in order to actually control these phenomena. So you may have not just some sort of sky phenomenon like fish falling from the sky or something like that, but it could be something like that, like the birds certainly dropping, or you could have weird colored clouds or things of that nature, because as we talked about in Antarctica, there was raining green snow. So there's a few things that will be out of the ordinary, but it is not planet wide. It's just location wise. So no ice age.
Yeah. But there will be something. There will be something. Some things that cause us to have to start over. So fire. I don't know. But I have something that's destined to happen. But it could be just earthquakes and and farts. And
It's like she's still on her grandmammy.
We will have some, emotional loss, some loss of life with it, but we will continue to thrive. Hopefully, thrive. That's what I get.
I'm getting like we will notice things maybe slowly, gradual changes with this Temperance card. Now, something I was seeing for some reason with this Ace of Cups, ice in places where it's not going to be usual, where it's currently not usual to see ice and snow. They might start seeing some really strange, it might start snowing somewhere where it never has before. Like I'm seeing some like really weird things like that. I don't see that being planet wide. Now I am seeing a lot of like plant death, which I would hope not. We actually we need to grow food and stuff to be able to live, but I am seeing death of a lot of plant species, things being wiped out, maybe due to habitat loss or change in the water or change in the soil quality, something like that. Maybe an increase in natural disaster with this Ten of Swords. Like we might just, it could just be smaller ones more frequently. I'm not really sure there, but it does seem, well, okay, and I have this Magician card and it's saying like, well, don't be fooled. This planet can surprise you. I'm not seeing like a all over ice age, but definitely weird weather patterns in places that they had never really happened before. More natural disasters and maybe a wiping out of certain plant or vegetation types. But I'm not seeing like everybody stuck under like 200 feet of snow. Thank God.
Yeah.
I see more fire than snow.
I do too.
Yeah.
Because she's perimenopausal. Like she's not old, but she's like we're like the same age, late 30s, early 40s, not full blown menopause, but it's starting to kind of, the hormones trying to show up, all of a sudden you got to buy, wrinkle free, sweat free sheets because you're starting to get a couple little hot night sweats, here and there.
Because a lot of people are putting that artificial grass down. She can't breathe.
She can't breathe. That's what's making her hurt. It's like that chick who wears that big thick wig in the summer. She's hot underneath that. She's hot. That's kind of what it is. Whatever it's going to happen, we're not going to like it, and Mama's not going to like it. This is something that's going to cause some chaos, some turmoil. We're actually going to be out in the cold because whatever ecological changes, again, this is why I think it's not going to be cold. It's going to be hot. The devil, literally hell. And I also heard too, we're kind of in our own making to this, and we're going to kind of have to reap what we sow with the Wheel of Fortune. This is something we may have a little bit more hand in speeding up mama's perimenopause and menopause than we'd like to admit. She could, like, I know several women who had surgery, major surgery in their like late 40s or 50s and were nowhere near menopause, and then boom, there it went. It's kind of like that same effect where it's like if we had just left her and let her do what she needed to do, she wouldn't have had hit menopause till 60, 70 quadrillion billion years old. But we keep interfering, and that's messing with her hormones, and she's at the ripe age of 39 and in perimenopause. So we should probably just, stop. Not saying, just saying. Will plastics be replaced with something else that's more environmentally friendly?
That would be nice. I'd like to see more of that.
I would too. And I'd pay the cost.
It's the wave of the future. Plastics. Come on.
What if that increases?
Everybody on the bandwagon.
Lord, I forgot the question I just asked. What was it?
Oh, okay. I know what I'm getting here.
Our clothing is made out of plastic now, so
Everything.
Yes, I get the full card. Long journey, new beginning type of thing. Yes, there will be something else. How and ever with the Page of Pentacles and the Three of Wands, it's here already. It just needs to be used. You don't need a plastic bag. You have reusable ones. You don't need a plastic fork. You have reusable ones. You don't need a plastic anything. You have reusable things. You just need to use it. The Three of Wands is a near completion. We are almost there type of thing. The Page of Pentacles is something physical. So it's here already. It just needs to be used on a wider scale. Now, sometimes, as we were talking about convenience is sometimes cheaper. And so that's why it is. Now, mind you, let me call this fool out too. I went to the store, down to the dollar store. They have some of the worst bags. And I got a reusable bag. I got 14 million of them because I buy one every time I forget and then get that another one. So I get there and he puts my stuff in the plastic bag and then put it in the reusable bag anyway. And so I have to then sit there and take it all out. And I'm sorry. I get why you did it because it's second nature to put it in a bag. But when you say I have a bag and you put that bag, it might take the stuff out. Anyway, but we have to use it. It's already here. The problem is the mystery with the moon and the strength. It does not have the strength and it's not getting it from anywhere. The majority of people do not see alternatives to plastic. They see convenience. And so I want what's convenient. Yes, put my food in styrofoam, even though it's poisonous. Yes, because it's convenient. It's cheaper for you. I'm not going to mail you a package to bring me my DoorDash. So I get it. But you get the majority of people to use the alternatives, then they will forget about the convenience. But it's already here, I think.
I agree. But it's going to be hard because, like you said, people don't want to change. It's too convenient. So they're going to say, no, I don't want to. But something really wonderful is already here. Like you said, Johnny, all we have to do is get together and figure out how to replace and make that change. But, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard.
Mm-hmm.
What you got, ma'am?
Well, I got that plastic has its place with this magician card. This is referring to back in the, I'm going to call it the olden days when plastic was, first a thing. People were really excited about it. It has all of these different uses. And I'm seeing that it has a lot of use like in the medical field. Sometimes you do have to use the single-use plastic stuff to keep people safe. So this is why I'm getting that there's going to be a balance between single-use plastic things and reusable, either metal or silicone or whatever it is that people choose to use. But yeah, for the most part, I think a lot of things like packaging and stuff like that can be changed. But I'm picking up about the money, losing the money. It might be cheaper for the grocery store to purchase all of their plastic shopping bags in bulk. It might be cheaper for some companies to package all their stuff in plastic than to source recyclable materials and things like that. It might be really hard for some of these companies to change their view. But as far as this goes, as far as people go, like, we're already doing it. And like you guys are saying, we just have to do it more.
Yeah.
You know, a common thing I
money
see
there.
in my group is they will put a paper bag inside of a plastic bag. It's very common down here or up here because they want a paper bag, but they want one with handles, apparently. And so that's why they do that. But that's
So then
some come with handles.
They do.
They
Just
just
pay
don't.
the extra. Pay the extra 10 cents a bundle, the store, to get the.
Yeah.
Oh, God, help me, Jesus.
The
Lord.
one with the handles.
I know.
Those
Mind
handles
you-
come off. Those handles, all your
Now,
bags fly.
they don't have reusable bags at all at that store. So they don't have that option. They have paper or plastic.
Weird.
Wow.
And they want the paper in the plastic. So it has handles. Like, okay. But at the same time, yes, they do come off, but you're not carrying it to Calcutta. You're carrying it to your car and then from your car to the house. Like, when I lived in Florida, we had 3 flights of stairs. And so, yes, please double bag it because I want to make it all the way up there. But just take the reusable bag. If that breaks, we got a whole different thing. But
yeah.
Anyway, that was soapbox off.
That's okay. I was about to get on one, and then I decided that you were going so good on yours that I would just piggyback and ride with you.
I can't.
Mind you, anybody who buys anything from redlentilhealing.com, the box is biodegradable and recyclable. The plastic sleeves are recyclable as well and biodegradable, and all of the bottles are reused and come from recyclable materials. Because I care about Mama. Please rip the little thing off, fill that mother sucker up with some okay, I'm sorry. Whatever you like to spray, some cleaner, some Windex, and reuse that bottle, please, and thank you. Let's take care of Mama. Okay. Yes, there is. We will. There is something that's there, but here is, I'm just going to end up repeating the same cards you guys got with the 9 of Swords and the 10 of Wands. There's anxiety and burden. How are we going to do this? Is this going to be really hard? I say somebody's going to have to enforce it. It's going to have to come from the top down.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what's really, really sad. It's going to have to be almost some like... It's going to take a progressive leadership that makes it more beneficial for businesses, not punishing the businesses by not doing it, but making it more economically feasible and beneficial for companies to start using more biodegradable, whatever this new thing is, and start there. And that's unfortunate truth behind it, I think. A lot of changes have to be forced now.
Change is hard. Slow.
Take care of Mama.
They charge you like 10 cents for a bag. Some stores, if you want a plastic bag, they charge you 10 cents for it or something.
The whole DMV area, it's like 5 cents per bag.
Really?
Yeah. Per bag. Don't get caught slipping. Yes. All right, so let's talk about ourselves for a second, as in going back to humans. What is the best way to get rid of ego? Get ourselves out of the way.
I have my answer. Might influence my cards though, but I have my answer.
I grabbed my chakra deck. I was like, I knew I brought these chakra cards out for a reason. I was like, oh.
And let me say also, thank you once again, Adrian, for joining me on the ego talk that we had, or the fame talk, I think it was, because that pretty much was the same thing. Mm-hmm. I think again, I might be influencing the cards here. The greatest way to get it out of the way is, do you want to be of service? I have the Lover's card here. The Lover's card is not one person over the other. This is an alignment of views. The Page of Wands and the Six of Swords. If you're trying to progress something with messaging, you have to be of service. The Six of Swords shows two people in the boat and one person steering them into calmer water. You have to be on the same page. You have to be going in the same direction. It's a little harder to do when it's all about you. Where do I want to go? What do I want to do? The Ace of Swords, clarity and truth, central idea as well. Like, it's hard to be of service when it's all about you. So if you want to be of service, you do have to move out of the way and be of service to spirit, or be of service to whatever that is going to do some good and not just for you. But again, that's me influencing, so take it or leave it.
I like the answer though. Influenced or not, it's a good answer.
That's what I think.
That's from my ego speaking. What you got, Tony?
Yeah, I feel the same way about it, that the only way to get out of your ego is to help someone, is to open up your heart and be of service to mankind. And this is the card that I pulled first, so I think it says it all. I really don't have to pull any more. It's protect guardians of the land. So that can pull you out of your ego if you decide that what's more important for you is the strength that you can get from helping other people. This helps you as well. Forgiveness as well. All of that goes into it, pulling you out of your ego. The wind is so hard, guys.
I heard it.
Yeah, it just, be of service to other people, and that actually always can pull you out of that ego space.
Can I be petty for just a moment?
I knew it was going to happen. Please wait.
Yeah.
But I'm not. No,
okay,
I'm not going completely. I'm going to point at two people at the back of the church service who snuck in the room late, Jen Lynn and Becca Terros. Watch from the beginning. You won't be disappointed. That's all I have to say. I'm off that. That's that. I'm not gonna say nothing else.
I was excited. I thought something real good and juicy was going to happen.
I was hoping for like another grandma fart story.
I know. I had got myself perched up and was ready. And I was like,
that's all I wanted to say. The two people snuck in the back because they was in the bathroom smoking. The two people snuck in the back of the church service.
Oh my god.
Hey, but you know what? At least they showed up.
Yeah.
Hey,
Okay.
guys.
So I understand what you guys are saying about the ego, and I do kind of have cards that are saying the same thing, but I think I'm getting another perspective at the same time.
I love it.
I have here that we have to learn from the ego. We have to accept that it exists, and we have to accept that we are also spiritual. The ego is kind of like the side effect of having a human life and being in a human body and this whole life on Earth game. We have to, I think before a person can sort of step out of their ego, they have to want to step out of the ego. But they have to first understand their ego. And I'm actually being reminded of, I'm totally going to butcher it. It's something Ram Dass said. Before you can become nobody, you have to understand who you are as a somebody. And now, of course, I have here, we learn from the ego. If anything, we learn how not to behave. We learn, I'm also getting service to others here with Six of Pentacles. I'm trying to hold these cards so the glare isn't so bad. But anyways, I digress. We do have to want to have compassion for others. It has to come from a genuine place. The person has to understand the separation between the ego and the spirit. They have to understand that you can't just completely cut it off and ditch it, but you can acknowledge it and be like, oh, hey, ego, come in, sit down, have some tea. All right, well, I'm not going to be full of you today. I'm actually going to go and help other people, or I'm going to, now I have the Empress, compassion. We got to have compassion in our hearts, and that will help us to step outside of the limits of the ego. I'm also getting here with this justice card. My guides have a sense of humor. They are saying, if you're going to act from your ego, do not be surprised if you get consequences. Like the mom here, she's giving him a whooping.
A whooping.
That's called testing.
If you're my mom, you'd say giving him a tune-in. Tuning him in.
I like that message, especially when you say learning it. And yes,
how
because
can you let go of something that you don't completely understand?
Yeah.
If you don't, if a person doesn't understand when
dress up too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I like that.
Mm-hmm. But that's what I got.
Milo's
now you be petty.
For me?
Now you do the petty.
It's about to be. Listen, I try to teach. I try to teach over here at Replenishing Healing. I try to teach everyone, myself included.
Yes,
okay, because I am a work in progress. I am the most imperfect vessel because I did some petty shit at work this week and it felt good doing it. And that's where we go. And the moment I did it, I said, I know this is going to come back to bite me because hurt people. And I was hurting at the time. But damn it, it felt so good. And I said, that's ego driven. Mm-hmm. What do I need to do to not have that type of reaction anymore? The fact that I sat back and calculated that mess. That's ego. That's petty. That is not from the crown chakra. That is deep betwixt the butt cheeks of my root chakra. And that's messy. This is all butt chakra. This is all lower chakra cards that I got. You've got connect with the roots. You also got love your body. You cannot let go of ego unless you go within. Mm-hmm. Unless you connect within, unless you first learn to love yourself. Ain't nothing else, nobody else going to matter until you learn to love yourself. Because why? Because hurt people hurt people. Mm-hmm. That's all from ego. Okay. Second piece, you have got to go with the flow because your ego gets caught and trapped in this thing called emotions that's in your sacral chakra. Emotions are not right nor wrong. They just freaking are. Go with the flow. Breathe. Be more malleable. Be more flexible with these emotions that come in. Celebrate too the people that are in your life. That's giving. That's reciprocity. That is showing gratitude. That's connecting that soul, that sacral chakra with that heart chakra, with expressing gratitude, loving and giving without expectation and not feeling guilt. All of that, believe it or not, connects together and helps to get rid of ego. Stop thinking about yourself. Stop being in the we, me, my emotions. I feel hurt. Let it go. Be flexible. Move. Okay. Also to know that there are no limitations. You are in control of you, and that's it. Nothing else, nobody else's reaction, not mama, not Tony's flatulating grandmama, nothing. You are in control of you. Get that solar plexus chakra in check. Boo-boo, stop. Stop blaming Tony and Ricky and Bobby and Flake. No, because that's your ego not wanting to accept responsibility. This is on you. You have got to control this. This is on you. And for the love of God, Mother, Busha, bitch, I made up the whole
Babushka.
Babushka.
Buddha, Krishna, Ganesha, Allah, Muhammad. Spread love. It's the Brooklyn way. That's it. Spread love. That's it. Stop being an ass. That's it. Mm-hmm. I feel like that reading was very personal. It was talking to me about me.
Did you love when the cards do that?
I do not love when the cards do that.
No, I was being sarcastic.
listen, if my peer is watching, I doubt she is because she doesn't even know I do YouTube. I said what I said. I meant what I said, and I'll do that shit again. Mess with me. And it felt good when I said it.
She's throwing it down.
When your feelings, well, you were clear when you said what you said 2 weeks ago.
Burn.
I gives no apologies. If it came out my mouth, I meant to say it.
I meant to say it.
How you took it ain't none of my business.
And listen, what you need to understand, and may this be a lesson to you, because Sienna just said, ego is how you learn. You should have known that the fact that I didn't say anything to you 2 weeks ago, that when I was going to say something, it was going to hurt. So really, you got nobody to blame for them little crocodile tears you let out but yourself.
And you just said, and which is very, very true, and this is a lesson everybody on earth needs to learn. You cannot control other people's reaction. Okay, my desk throwing story, I've told y'all 100 times. That is the exact thing. I'm sitting at the front of the class, you sitting at the back of the class. You take a piece of paper, it's a minuscule, it's little bitty, but you throw it at me. And then you do it again. And then you do it again. It's a piece of paper, it didn't hurt. I just noticed you doing it. I didn't even feel it. But I took an entire school desk and I threw it at you. Now, one might think you overreacted, kind sir, but you cannot control my reaction to your action because you should not have been throwing anything at me at all. So therefore, you needed to be prepared. This person might have at least one or two, maybe all of their screws are loose, so maybe they are left out of the box altogether.
Or they're totally tricked.
We got you on the wrong day.
At the right time.
So let that also be a lesson too, because that question got deleted. No, it's still in there. We'll come back to, because just what you put out is going to come back one way or the other, whether it's diluted or full strength, it's going to come back.
Good or bad.
So just make sure that ego that you were real quick to pop off with is not what gets you, what does your mother call it, Sienna?
Tuned in. You're getting a tune in. Yeah, no, that's what it is. You're going to get a tune in.
You're going to get tuned in.
It's going to tune you in.
Let's actually ask the karma question. So according to Spirit, what exactly is karma? Like, how would Spirit define karma? If Spirit would even define karma. Spirit might even say karma don't exist. But how does Spirit define karma?
I actually was just having a conversation. I guess this popped out for a reason about that. And I was saying karma looks through your eyes. That's why you can go in a dark room and do the worst thing, but it's already seen what you have done. So Seven of Pentacles is not technically a karma card. However, this popped out, and so I was going to put it back in. But when I think about it, in the Bible, it says, as long as the earth remains, seed time harvest shall not cease, which means what you put in the ground will come back out of the ground in a different form, but it will come back out. So if you plant a kind seed, kind fruit will come back. If you plant a toxic seed, toxic fruit will come back. Just here, 3 of Swords, 7 of Swords, 5 of Wands, or 7 of Wands, 5 of Wands, and 5 of Pentacles. Whatever you put out is what you get back. Sometimes it hurts, sometimes it elevates, sometimes it causes conflict, sometimes it causes lack, whatever the case may be. It's all in what you put in the ground. So it's not, I wouldn't even call it some sort of divine order or something punishing or blessing, or it's just the way things are. It's energy. You put good energy, you get good energy. You put bad energy, you get bad energy. So it's not so mystical. It's more technical. What you put in, did you plant an apple seed? Then why are you trying to get bananas from it? So you're going to get what you put in, type of thing. Even if it's good, remember that too.
Yes. Trust that karma is just energy. What you put out, you get back. Just like Johnny said, whatever you put out there, you will come back to you in some way, manifested in whatever way you put it out there. If you put it out there in a bad way, it's coming back at you like that. But do good. Keep it light. Keep it good. Stay on the good side. Stay on the good foot.
You can test that assumption at your earliest convenience if you want to. In the streets, we call that effing around and finding out.
Because you will always get your
always find out.
What you got, Sienna?
Kind of a weird answer.
Her face is so perplexed, Lord. Answer Jesus, because her face
Now,
is so
okay, I got this death card here, and this was my guides telling me to let go of the notion of karma as I understood it, which was, like something, maybe you did something, or somebody was, let's use the example, let's say somebody was really mean to me in high school, and then I found out they recently lost their job. Some people go, haha, karma. But no, karma is more about your action and what you do, and what happens as a result of what you do. I guess it's kind of like what you guys are saying. I like what Johnny said about planting apple seeds and expecting a banana, or a banana tree. Like you planted the apple seeds. Your karma is the apple tree, not what you think should happen as a result of planting the seeds.
I like that.
Yeah, I just thought like it's energy. It's also what we consider karma is also just a natural law of the universe, cause and effect. It applies to everyone. But I don't know. That's all I got.
justice.
It's justice.
And it said, Spirit said, don't cheat. I went to go pull. And Spirit said, and I let y'all go. I was going to pull another card. And Spirit said, you. So, justice. This is what it is. Spiritual justice. It is. That's it. I don't even. It says
will be no mess.
Don't start none. There will be none.
Karma looks through your eyes. Therefore, it's seen everything you did.
I used to have this analogy when I was in my 20s, and it used to crack people up. I actually wrote it into a stand-up comedy joke and sold it to somebody. So it's been years. I can retell my own joke. I wrote it. I own it. Damn it. So I used to say that karma and Jesus were best friends. And so how it would go was like Jesus would be like, oh my God, did you see so-and-so down the street? Girl, let me tell you, she did so-and-so and she's just messy and blah, blah, blah. And karma would be like, ooh, best friend. What? Somebody better get them. And the next thing you know, Jesus like, did you know what happened? And karma's like, girl, well, best friend, you told me so-and-so happened. And I had to just, had to mess them up. And Jesus like, girl, yes. Like that is kind of the, like Johnny said, the eyes, they talk, they see, they just.
And we are a collective. So what you see, I see. Mm-hmm. Even if I don't see it, when you see it, eventually somebody will see it. What you see. Because what you do in the dark inevitably will come to the light.
Don't be messy pessy and think it ain't gonna happen. Second to last question. Can you learn to see auras? Can seeing auras be something that can be taught, or is it something that's just natural?
We have kind of an answer to this one.
Oh, Jesus. Retrograde, doesn't it?
Okay, I need to shuffle these better.
I can't shuffle at all, and I'm laughing at myself because of this. I shuffle, and I'm trying to do the little fan out thing, and they almost flew everywhere. And I'm like, stop trying to be fancy.
This deck sounds like duck farts every time I try to shuffle. Sounds like poor Tony's blind grandmama over here. I will never forget that story, Tony. I will have Alzheimer's and it'll be 99 years old in a nursing home. And I will never forget. I'll be like, Tony, remember that time your grandmother because you're badass got the high fella. We'll never forget it.
I used to tell that story when I used to do stand-up storytelling. You go and tell stories. And I used to tell that story. It was a winner.
One.
That is a winner. Just say the answer. Don't pin the hard.
I don't know the answer.
Okay.
I'll say no.
Wait, what was the question?
Can we learn to see auras? I'll say no. Okay. Because it's not no, it's no. Okay. You can't learn it, as in you don't go to aura school. You don't learn this. You have it or you don't. You can learn to hone it. You can learn to perfect it. You can learn to use it. Here with the Knight of Wands is about progression, going somewhere, going forward, that type of thing, moving into action. There's the Page of Swords and the Nine of Swords. There's my no. And then there's the Ten of Swords. There's my no. And then there's the Four of Swords. There's my, it's in the inside of some people already. It rests within. I believe everybody is psychic. I believe everybody also can talk to people on the other side because that's where your guides are, i.e. medium. But everybody cannot attune to that because there's something in their life that may be blocking that. I don't know about that everybody can see auras. I do believe everybody can sense energy, but from what I understand, an aura is not necessarily the same thing. So, no. I'm going to say no, you can't learn how to see auras. But that's such a complicated answer. That's what I get.
I agree. I agree. Not everyone can see them. And like you said, I think everybody we're all connected. So we're all able to do what, but we're all in different levels. We're all in different, at different places in our enlightenment and in our knowledge and in our training. So awareness is one of the first things that has to happen. This is the Magician card in this deck. So you have the tools to do it. It's just your passion plays a role in it. You have to want to do it. You have to work on it. You have to do the, exercises to use your second sight. How do you use your second sight? How do you shift over from this sight to the next one? It's, it's complicated, like you said. So I don't know. I think that, we all have our own strengths. So if you can't do it, just know that it's there. Just know that it's there.
Sounds like one of my questions. This hurts my brain.
I have that we don't need to stress ourselves out focusing on one particular ability out of many. What I do have with this Page of Cups is work on your other skills. Work on your third eye chakra. Work on your crown chakra. Work on whatever it is you need to work on to help develop your psychic abilities. Sometimes, as a result, yes, some people are very clairvoyant and seeing auras is not too hard. I mean, I do have a method I learned during my Reiki training on kind of how to see auras. But the thing is, if you're not a clairvoyant person, chances are you're not really going to have an easy time seeing auras just by practicing. However, it doesn't mean that you can't sense energy in different ways. It doesn't mean you're not clairaudient. You can't, doesn't mean you won't hear it from spirit. Doesn't mean you won't feel it. my guides want me to liken it to like learning calculus. This is so dumb. Okay. I'm not a math person at all. I'm actually very creative, very artistic. It would be like me walking into a math classroom and be like, all right, teach me how to do all this complicated calculus stuff. I don't really I don't know. I don't really have the understanding to begin with. I don't have any of the other skills. Maybe there's pre-calculus I was supposed to learn. Maybe there was other stuff I was supposed to learn before that and I didn't. You can't just jump right into something and expect to learn it specifically when there are other things you should probably work on. So like when it comes to the auras, yes, it's cool. Some people can do it. Some people are really good at it. Some people can learn how, but some people just aren't clairvoyant. Some people are just stronger in other areas.
Perfect example.
Yep, so well said. Because my card told me with the Knight of Swords, the Seven of Swords, and the Five of Cups, beware of the person who preaches to you to tell you they can teach you how to see auras, because that's not going to bode out well, because that may just not be your skill. And I love how you said if you're not clairvoyant, it's just going to be very difficult. It may not happen for you, but it doesn't mean you're nonetheless less psychic. That's not fair, because that's putting you into a mental trap that you're lesser than or you can't do something when you're so much better at sensing or feeling or smelling something else. So I had a coworker who used to ask me, she's like, how do you always know when things are going to happen? I'm like, I don't talk about this stuff at work. And she's like, oh my God, can you like go in a room and like read everybody's auras? And I'm just like, that's so not how this works, but okay. That's just
psychics are not one size fits all.
No,
we're not. But I also got the Three of Cups, Page of Cups, and the Empress. Give birth and be happy with the gifts that were birthed to you and given to you. You can do it. Seeing auras is probably not the coolest thing in the entire world, like you may not think it is. Being clairsentient kind of sucks sometimes, because I'm like, do I really know this? Or is it just my ego knowing this? Like, which one is it? And let me tell you, I don't care what anybody says, being able to hear and see dead people really sucks sometimes. So stop chasing.
It can be horribly distracting sometimes.
They do not stop talking. Oh my goodness.
They don't have anything to do.
I love going to the cemetery, but there was one time I went and this girl would not shut up. And she was like in spirit, she's like, tell my parents this, because her parents were friends with my grandparents or something like this. And this girl had died well before I was born. I'm like, I don't know you. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to disrupt your parents' lovely day at the moment, No.
No, just focus on you, boo-boo. Focus on the gifts that you have. And the person who's
chances are, once you find what you are good at doing, you're gonna have a lot of fun with it, and you're gonna be like, auras, whatever.
Yeah. Just beware of the person who says they can teach you how for only $19.99 a day. I can teach you how to see auras. It's also the same person who will just slide into your DMs who says they're psychic Ricky Bobby, saying you've got a hex on you, and for $1,000 I can remove that hex.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Don't, as Jace Arnage said the other night, do not eat the yellow snow where the dogs walk. So
yeah.
Okay, we're gonna end with a little bit of a petty, messy celebrity sleaze, just because people on the internet the memes have given me all kinds of life. Listen, I don't relish in Khloe Kardashian's misery, but again, sometimes so I just want to help her. I want her to watch this so we can maybe try to talk some sense into her.
Before
Jesus, yes, ma'am.
What is this Pete Davidson stuff? I don't get it. I'm sorry.
He's with Kim.
I know he's with Kim, but geez,
if you put them in a bingo bag and said pick out 2 random people, I still wouldn't get them to.
I would never pick them. And I don't mean to be vulgar, but he real skinny, and sometimes real skinny dudes kind of surprise you sometimes when you take the bushes down.
I know exactly. I was thinking the same.
That shit looked like a tree trunk.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I know this.
I've been around the block a couple times. I've seen some fat dudes, skinny dudes, long dudes, short dudes.
Yeah, okay.
Red dudes,
Usually
brown
the dudes
dudes.
end up being the long dudes.
And he's short too.
And so
okay, I'm sorry. I totally hijacked that question. I'm sorry.
Tony, maybe he has a wonderful personality that none of us see.
No. He walked with a cane.
Wow, the mental image I just got was so
he walked with a cane. That's all it is.
Oh no.
Because he ain't funny. He looked like a gremlin, and I don't like talking about people's looks, but it's like
he looks like the guy that sells weed behind the grocery store.
to 16-year-olds.
No, Sienna, not weed. Like if it's weed mixed with PCP or like there's a little bit, there's some methamphetamine.
Or it's that crappy synthetic stuff.
Oh, Special K. He sells Special K. That's exactly that. Special K is the name. Synthetic weed. Y'all all looked at me like I was crazy.
He looks like he sells it behind a grocery store.
Yes, he's shady. He looked real shady.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I totally hijacked that.
That's okay. That's okay. You hijacked it earlier with the grandmammy's flatulence. So you're hijacking. You're totally worth it. It's okay. Hijack all you want to. I have a question. Did it smell like old people fart?
It was like a sledgehammer.
I told you that was God because y'all was wrong for that. I ain't not going back.
Because he looked drunk. We were reliving it. So I'm just like, was it real?
If you guys had smell-o-vision, it would be awful.
Oh no, I would pass. No, I think
I thought I was so slick.
Something else.
He's always got the upper hand.
As they say back in the day, you thought you was nickel slick, but I got your penny change. You sure enough gave it to you.
Okay. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so back
to
Chloe. Who is Chloe? Chloe's the tall one. Okay.
Chloe's O.J. Simpson's daughter, biological daughter. So, Khloe Kardashian and Tristan Thompson make their relationship work.
Now, who is Tristan?
Tristan is her baby daddy, who cheats on her more.
Was he a rapper or a basketball player?
Basketball player.
Okay.
He just another woman just confirmed that her 3-8-day-old baby is indeed Tristan's. And it was while he and Khloe were in one of the reconciliation periods, so they back off again. So
here's my thing, and I don't mean to, whatever. Why is it? Because let me be fair. Let me be fair.
Mm-hmm.
While people are in control of themselves and the trajectory of their life, why is it every man that dates a Kardashian goes completely crazy? Like the worst thing that happens to them can happen to them happens to them. Like what is
the guy that got dumped after 70-something days? I think he got lucky.
He's the lucky one. He escaped.
We didn't hear anything crazy about him.
Although his basketball career,
his basketball career did kind of go away.
That's true.
And then Kanye is outside mowing her grass, trying to look through the window. And it's like,
and dating this
the other one almost died of an overdose in the bathroom, like Mel Gibson. It's like, anyhow, I get the temperance. There's chance for reconciliation. with the Temperance. But then there's the Page of Swords and the 9 or the 10 of Swords. No, there's still a bunch of news. There's still a bunch of stuff that's coming out if they want to. The 9 of Wands means that there is tenacity and perseverance that you need to do. But I would just say, forget it.
Yeah.
Let us be apart and be healthy apart instead of trying to. Reconciliation does not mean you get back together. It just means I don't hate you. So, forgiveness is not an allowance. It is a clearing of the slate. Like we're done. We're not enemies anymore. We don't need to be friends. We need to co-parent. If y'all got baby children together, then co-parent, and then you stay in your house. I'm gonna stay in my house. You can't come over here. You can't put no toothbrush in my bathroom. Don't call me at no weird hours of the night. Come see your baby child, and then take it with you, and then bring it back.
And leave it on the doorstep and ring the doorbell.
Because you don't need to come in. I'm out on my TV out. Can I watch The Witcher? No. You go home and you buy your new one.
That's no good in there. Is that some spaghetti? No, it is not.
I'm pulling a rack on my
No. You got spaghetti at home. Go home and get your own spaghetti.
Stay apart.
Well, there's money that has to, be considered in this whole thing because there's a lot of money. Yeah. A lot of money and fame and fortune. The truth of the matter is that, they're connected, whether they, forever, whether they like it or not.
Yeah.
And whether it's, emotionally, whether it smells good or not. They'll work on something, but I just think that, this generational stuff, it's just not, it's never gonna be a happy situation. It's just always gonna be filled with worry and confusion and all that stuff. So Lord have mercy on both of you.
Mm-hmm. Please and thank you.
I got literally a baby on this card. Getting along well enough to co-parent. They should figure out how to get along well enough that if they have to be in the same room together, at like a school function or something that has to do with their child, work through that, be able to do that. But the whole staying together thing, it's like literally like cleaning a dirty toilet with a toothbrush. It could be done, but why would you want to do it? Why? She's gonna keep being disappointed. There's that tower. She's just gonna keep finding more and more other women. And I'm looking at the bottom of the deck. She's got to spend some time alone. She's got to learn how to be with herself. Yeah. She's got to learn to be with herself, and she's got a lot of heartbreak to heal from. She's not going to be able to heal if she stays with someone that she's afraid constantly is going to cheat.
She doesn't. But let's think about it. Do they know how though? That was not modeled for them because even their mother. I'm trying to find a very polite way to put this.
Busy woman.
The apple didn't fall far from the tree.
So she never instilled with them self-love. Be by yourself for a while. Take care of you first. That was never. There's no model for that. And
it's all about those bucks.
And the attention I was going to say that, Sienna. If it's not the actual tangible money, it's about I have to keep up this persona. Mm-hmm. The persona is so important when you get to that point of fame and keeping that up, I imagine.
My brand.
And stop dating boys. Find you a whole grown man.
Yeah.
But that's boring.
Yeah, stop trying to date a celebrity. Go find the man who's the manager down at the bank, somebody who's got a stable life.
But the manager at the bank, Johnny, is not going to be worth watching. Khloe Gets You Snatched, whatever that show she has.
Yeah.
As she dates her banker husband. I mean, her banker boyfriend. No.
She's not trying to be on the Real Housewives, if anything. That Kardashians is the brand. So
they have to date the bad boys. They have to date the black boys. They have to date the celebrities. So
Whatever's going to make the next big story, whatever's going to look good on Instagram, whatever's going to get them more views everywhere.
Yeah.
That's usually connected with money.
Yep. Or the prestige or chase of the notion. I get Six of Pentacles, and unfortunately with the Six of Pentacles, I see women. All six, there are a lot of women. This is him sharing his time, money, resource, energy, if you catch my drift, with other women. So this is not going to work well. Queen of Pentacles and the Four of Wands, literally the women. Pentacles, I'm getting are things. So the things that are with the women could be children, continue to disrupt the house, i.e. their sanctity, that home that they want to build together. And Ten of Swords, nah, bruh. No. I mean this. I'm not being sarcastic when I say this. What level of broken are you on the inside where you allow that to continue to happen?
Over and over.
Made a mockery of in public, because at this point, this last round of humiliation, nobody took up for her anymore. I mean, pretty much everybody is like, the memes were on fire because they were just like, girl, at what point do you realize that he's making a fool of you? So when you're maybe
throw the whole man away.
Maybe this actually, the fans are like tired of it. Maybe this will move on. Okay.
Because it just makes her look like she doesn't have any self-esteem, and who wants to see that? Who wants to, who wants that to be
who wants to look up to that?
Right, their model for their children. Who wants that to be the model for your child, your girl, your daughter, that this woman just keeps taking this guy back, and he just, it's the,
People never get what she wants from that relationship.
No.
Really, they realize that.
But maybe it's about the controversy. Maybe it's about
there's an addiction
conflict. Maybe that's what is driving this whole thing. Is I would walk away from it, but then there would be nothing for us to talk about.
Eric Bischoff, controversy creates cash.
Yeah, and goes to show, to that point, Tony, there was no real relationship anyway. So if you have nothing to talk about except for the drama that is created, you didn't have a stable relationship of anything. You were not partners anyway. You were just sex buddies.
Mm-hmm.
Who happened to have a kid.
Yes, unfortunately.
I was going to say somebody's rhythm method was not very effective that night, and now you have a kid. So. Okay. Let's end on some positivity, guys. What is how can we end with a message from Spirit to get us through this weekend? We are halfway through Mercury retrograde, 2 more weeks left. Praise Jesus.
Lesson to those out there: do not start a tarot class in the middle of retrograde. Retrograde said, "Oh, you want your brain to work? How about no?"
I broke my printer. Love this printer. I've had it forever. It's been in 5 states with me. Broke this mother sucker during retrograde. Ordered the wrong size shoes. I know what size my foot is, but yet I ordered 3 pairs of the wrong shoe back to back. Ordered a size 13. Don't know how that happened. Then sent it back. Thought I ordered another size. That was an 11. Then I ordered another replacement pair. Woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning and said I ordered a 9.5 in men, not a 9.5 in women.
It's a boat.
Then, as I go to 3 stores to try to replace the shoe, they're like, "What size do you need?" I go, "I need a 8." They're like, "Well, that would be an 11." I'm like, No. I'm sorry. I need a 7. I'm sorry. They're like, "Okay." So yes, she's nasty, and she wears dollar store panties. That is smart.
She does. And they itch and ride up at the same time.
I was expecting to say ride up.
Got that forever with you.
Forever.
Let me say this too, because there's somebody who circles the comments and asks Lee and Adrian, why do we look at ourselves because we both look off to the side. And there's two things. First of all, how do you know I'm looking at myself? And the second thing, there's a screen over here, and there's a screen over there for her too. That's what we're looking at. Just so we're clear, that's where the chat is, and that's where the screen is. My camera is pointed at me, but I can't see me if I look this way. So I have to look over here so I can explain to you what the heck I'm talking about. I need to see what's on the screen. So, you know, the more you know. There you go. So, the little star and everything. So, the 5 of Cups and the 8 of Swords. So, in our tarot class, we have just covered this card today. The 5 of Cups is about perspective, and so is the 8 of Swords. It's about perspective. Have you lost everything? Are you literally powerless? Or do you just feel that way? The 5 of Cups is the kick in the pants. Yes, you lost something, but you still have a lot left. Did you lose what you needed, or did you lose what you wanted? On the Rider-Waite, there's 2 cups with wine and 1 with water. You did not lose what you needed. You lost what you wanted. What you need is life and safety. That's what you need. There's a song that says, "The ground and my feet are all I ever needed." So if you can step 1 foot in front of the other, you will find your harmony. It is about your perspective. Life is not that bad, because there is somebody on earth who would love to have your problems. So life is not that bad if you choose to look at it that way. Or you can stay right here and then book you a counsel session with Dr. Adrian and get you some good energy healing, redlentilhealing.com, get you some products. You do what you want to do, but I'm telling you, your perspective is jacked up. Fix it. Then you will find your harmony.
Your perspective is jacked up.
Why'd you stop? Why'd you say that with some Mr. T force behind it? You sounded like Mr. T right now. I was like a little like, ma'am, don't holler at me. Don't holler at me. In particular, I'm sorry.
That's when you raise the finger and cock the head, yo, it's jacked up.
Yeah, you put a lot of pepper on that one, ma'am.
Aggression.
I got the power card as well. So there is an issue with power that is happening energy-wise for this coming week, the new week coming. But if there is a loss of power, like Johnny said, or a loss of energy, if you've lost your mojo, best way to do it is to get out in Mother Earth, get out in nature and see the beauty all around you. It restores you. It will, make you feel better, make you, give you incentive or use your imagination. It helps with your imagination. It helps with your creation, whatever you're trying to create. It helps to stir your mind and your imagination. So if there is a loss of power, if you're feeling a loss of energy in some way, just get out in nature and be replenished, release, and let go. Can you see that? Okay. So that's what I get. So this week, release and let go, and just get out there in nature and replenish whatever's happening for you.
I decided to pull a Living Reiki card for the coming week. And the message that we have here says, change the frequency. And okay, here we go. The glare's not so bad. Change the frequency. And on the back, it says here, you are basically a human transmission tower, transmitting a frequency with your thoughts. If you want to change anything in your life, change the frequency by changing your thoughts. Your past thoughts have created the life you are living today, and your current thoughts are creating your future life. What you think about or focus on the most will appear as your life. So if you constantly think about the past, you will recreate those situations. So think about what you want. Think about what might, be best for you instead of thinking about something that was really painful.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of thinking about what you lost, think about what it is you still have.
I'm sorry. Jen Lynn is like, hell no, it's 5 degrees. I'm not going out in nature.
That's fair.
Make a snow angel.
Mine is on the very same vein of what Johnny, say what you said again. The first part of your message was
I channeled it. That wasn't me.
I just cussed
That is
you.
your mentality is what I was saying, but I don't know.
Yes, you had a specific quote. I wanted you to repeat it, but then you said you can't remember it, and I called you.
Oh, it's the ground under your feet. You have the ground under.
That was the song.
No, wait, was
something
it?
before that.
Did you lose what you needed, or did you lose what you wanted?
No, it wasn't that. Okay, so basically, it was the same thing that Sienna was saying about you got to change that story and that tune that you were saying, because I literally got you got to change tracks.
Yes.
Take this song off, skip, say, Alexa, play next song, skip Pandora, do what you got to do. Whatever story you are telling yourself right now, it is not helping you at all. You have got to change that narrative. Okay, you have to. It's no longer serving you. It's imperative that gets changed. Also, you got to tune out some of the distractions too. You're telling yourself this story for a reason because you're distracted. It's easier to repeat this story than to focus and listen to something else. So tune out those distractions. Okay. This last card was very personal. I want to say this to spirit sometimes, but then I realized that it's not the nicest thing to do. And the last card says, keep your commitments. It's personal to me because what it's telling me is that when this live stream is over, I need to get my fat ass on the exercise bike and go exercise tonight and not just eat pizza and go to sleep like I want to. I need to keep my commitment to exercise tonight because I'm supposed to do it before the live stream. It didn't happen. So Spirit, I heard you. I'm going to exercise when this live stream is.
So wait, is this this is not this the new
pizza and go to sleep?
And
this
then
is a
I'll
new
eat
bike?
pizza. This is the new bike.
The new bike.
The new bike that I've yet to ride.
Keep our fingers crossed.
For like every live stream we did for like 3 weeks, Tony, I was like, yep, and it's the 5 of Pentacles. It's the 3 of Swords. So yeah. Okay.
Bicycle seats are the devil.
Yeah. With that, Johnny, thank you so much for joining tonight. I appreciate you coming in and keeping us laughing. Tony, you taught us a hell of a lesson about karma through your grandmother. So thank you for sharing that story. Sienna, can you please do your plug for tomorrow one more time? And we'll end with that, please, ma'am.
Okay, so tomorrow, noon Pacific time, 1 Mountain time, 2 Central time, etc. You guys know how to count. Weird Questions returns to my channel, Sienna Rose Metaphysical. And everybody here in our stream, the 4 of us are going to be there. So I hope all of you guys will be there as well. We have some really interesting questions from the community and a couple of other weird things that I wanted to look at. So we're going to have fun with that tomorrow.
Yes.
Be there or be square. We will see you tomorrow at your
hexagonal
on Sienna's channel. All right. Thank you guys for watching tonight. Ciao.